Okay, let's start with the next half of the notes. So yesterday we completed till here. So what's written here? Let's read what's written here first. Gomen kudasai, irashai, agatte kudasai. So gomen means sorry, and irashai you use this when you want to welcome someone. Like maybe you have a guest who has come visited your home, and you can say irashai to them. And then followed by you can say agatte kudasai. So agatte kudasai means like it is a te form of I think it's agemas. Agatte kudasai agemas. Next we have a word called jama. You might have heard the sentence ojamashimasu. Like it literally means excuse me or something. When say someone wants to interrupt you or something, you say ojamashimasu. So Kankoku is Korea. Dai Dokoro. Dai Dokoro is kitchen. Again, this is from the Rikai textbook, I believe. The notes, what I have written here. Rikai or Katsudo, either one of those. Niwa is garden. Niwa is garden. Ofuro is bath. Ofuro. Next we have Genkan. Genkan is entrance. Okay, what next? Okay, now this part is how to say the day, date, and time in Japanese. So we have here AM as Gozen, PM as Gogo, right? Uh, so we saw earlier how to say 2005. So that is Nisen Gonen or here. First you start with the character 2, which is Ni, and followed by 1000, which is Sen, and 5, which is Go. Hence Go, and then you add Nen at the end. Nen means year. 12 Gatsu. So it should be the 12th month. Gatsu is month, and 12 is Juni. Juni in Japanese. What do we have next here? So 10, right? Moku. So Gogo is PM, hence why I written Gogo over here. 11G 42 Fun. Okay, Fun. Fun. You don't say it as fun, you call it Fun. Fun, I believe it is for minutes. Minutes is Fun. And BO is seconds. BO is seconds. Okay, these are unique names for days of the month, right? Some of you may have heard of the Hindu calendar. There are also like special separate words similarly in Japanese. Uh, so the first day of the month is called Suitachi. Second day Futsuka. Third day Mikka. Fourth Yokka. This is Yokk. Yokka. Yokka. Fifth day is called Itsuka. Sixth Muika. Seventh Nanoka. Eighth is yoka. Ninth is kokonoka. 10th is toka. So in any day after 10, after the 10th of the month, you just add nichi to say the day of the month. So if you want to say 11th day of the month, you just say Ju. First of all, you start with the 10th place, which is Ju, right? And then you start with the next place, which is Ichi. So you can say Ju, Ichi, Nichi if you want to say the 11th day of the month. But for the first 10 days, you have to use these special names. This is just a repetition. These su counters. Hitotsu Futatsu is a counters repetition from the earlier chapter. So these are for the days of the month. Okay, we also have this thing written clearly over here again for hours, minutes, and seconds. These are the kanjis for year, month, and day, right? So the kanjis for them, special kanjis. They haven't taught us separately all the kanjis. Ma'am just gave an example in the class. Okay. So how do you say you wake up at 6 o'clock? Roku ji ni okimasu. So okimasu is the verb for waking up, and roku obviously is 6. Roku ji ni okimasu means you are waking up at 6 o'clock. This is what I've written in Japanese here. Okimasu. So what I've written here. This is asa gohan. Asa gohan no tabemasu. Shinbun yomimasu. So Shinbun means newspaper, as we have covered earlier, and yomimasu is the action verb for reading. So you wake up at 6 o'clock, which is okimasu, and then you have your breakfast, which is asagohan no tabemasu, and then you read the newspaper, which is Shinbun o yomimasu. Actually, there should be a O over here in the middle. Shinbun o yomimasu. Next, we have kaisha or gakko ni ikimasu. So kaisha means your wherever you work, your company, kaisha, whatever it is, and or it could be you're a student and you go to college or school, which is gakko ni ikimasu. Gakko ni ikimasu. Next, shigoto o shimasu. So shigoto means work. Shimasu is the must form of suru. Suru. Suru must form is shimasu. Next, we have Hiro Gohan or Tabemasu. So Hiro Gohan is lunch. Yeah, Hiro Gohan or Tabemasu. You eat your lunch. So you can say this in order, right? From the beginning to the end. You wake up at 6. You have your breakfast. You read newspaper. You go to work. Then you complete your work. Then you have a lunch, right? You can remember it in that order. Okay, what is this? Gozen 9 to Gogo 5. Okay, as we saw earlier, Gozen is AM and Gogo is PM. Let me just confirm it here. Right, Gozen is AM and Gogo is PM. So this is just to say you work from 9 to 5. You have a 9 to 5 job. You might have heard that. 9 a.m. kara, say 9 a.m. kara 5 p.m. made 9 to 5 job. So kara made is literally means from and to. Gozen kyuji kara gogo gogo go goji made shigoto o shimasu. It's the same thing what I written here. Kara made, using the kara made words. It means shigoto again obviously means work. It means you work from 9 to 5. Uchi ni kaerimasu. So uchi is your house or home wave, and kaerimasu means to return home. Kaerimasu. Next, yeah, this means bangohan o tabemasu. This is bangohan, which is a dinner o tabemasu. Tabemasu, this means to eat. Nikki or buragu o kakimasu. Nikki's diary. You might have heard of the anime Mirai Nikki Future Diary. So that it's that Nikki over here. Kakimas is to write. It could also mean like typing on the laptop or something. Use the same word over here. Kaku is to write. Kaku. Kaku is to write, and the must form of that is kakimas. Next, ofuro ni hairimasu. Ofuro is bath. Haerimas is to enter. So it literally means you are entering the bath. So Japanese people have a tradition of they usually had a tradition of taking a bath late in the evening, as opposed to having a bath every morning. So this is why they've written it after having dinner and everything. They take a bath, right? So what is this? Shava o abimas. If you want to say you're taking a shower, there's no hiragana uh, translation, right? Hence that's why they use katakana over here. This is sha and va. Shava o abimas. Abimas is to take a bath. Abimas. And then nemas. Nemas is to sleep. Ne masu. Right? It's the must form of Neru. Neru must form. Nemas. Alright, this covers like entire root normal routine of a person, I guess. From starting from waking up, sleeping. Okay. Next. Mainichi nanji ni okimasu ka? Mainichi is every day. Nanji. Nanji is what time? Nanji ni okimasu. Okimasu is to wake up. So what time do you wake up every day? That's the question here. Mainichi every day, as I explained before. Maitsuki. Maitsuki. Tsuki is month. Mai is in this context here. It's every month. Maitoshi. Toshi stands for year. Maitoshi means every year. Right? Okay, what do we have next? Tabemasu, taberu. Okay. Nomo, nomimasu. Okay. So the must form is the most polite form which you can use in conversation with a person, and the normal form, ru form, is what you can use with your when you're having a conversation with your friends. So this is an increasing order of politeness. If you're addressing someone, if you want to address someone very formally, usually use the must form. And if you want to address someone informally, like among your friends, use the ru form. So if you want to say asa goha no tabero, like when you want to say it to your friend, use the ru, the plain form over here. And if you want to say it to a stranger, use a must form, asa goha no tabemas, which means you're having breakfast. Okay. Similarly for nomimas, nomo is the plain form, must form is a formal form. Where as I've written here, strangers, superiors, masu, mashita, masen, and masen deshta. So these are all the tenses in the must form. Let's take one example. Let's take tabemas. Okay, and this is the formal form, right? Tabe, okay, mas. So tabemasu is continuous tense, means it's still going on. Tabemashta, mashta means you already ate. Mashta is past tense. Past tense. Okay, tabemasen means you didn't eat. It's continuous tense. Again, similar to maso, masen. If you want to negate maso, masen. If you want to negate mashta, masen deshta. That's as simple as getting it. So masen deshta means you hadn't eaten. Sorry, not didn't. You hadn't eaten. Hadn't eaten. Eaten. Right? Okay. So these are the various tenses for the must form over here. Okay, next we have an explanation of different types of verbs, strong verbs, weak verbs, and irregular verbs. I think we covered only the strong and weak verbs, not the irregular ones. These are three basic rules which we covered last class. If ru becomes maso without a change in the verb, it is a weak verb. Example, tabero. Second rule is if the verb changes when changing from ru to masu, it is a strong verb. Example, nomu, nomimas. Third rule is if it does not end with iru or eru, then it is a strong verb. Right? So, example, they already given on here. Weak verb. Uh, so, tabe ru, right? If you want to say tabemas, it is a must form. You simply cut out the ru and add the mas, right? And this is called a weak verb. What about in nomo, nomimas? Nomo. Nomo is a plain form, right? And if you want to say nomimas, you say that, see that mu changes to me, right? Nomimas. From hence there, this is called a strong verb, right? You can remember it this way: whatever is, if something changes from the root form, like mu changes to me, you say you remember it as a strong verb. If something does not change at all, like you just remove the u or whatever at the end and add the masu, right? It's a weak verb. So these are the three rules for distinguishing between weak verb, strong verb, weak and strong verb. Okay, let's see the third one. If it does not end with iru or eru, then it is a strong verb. Yeah, so we can see the example for taberu here. So this ends with roof sound, right? So it is not a strong verb. It is a weak verb. That's what they're saying here. These two rules are the easiest to remember. Right? This is a just general rule over here. If you just remember the one and two rule, it's easy to distinguish what's a weak verb and strong verb. Okay. Okay. What's next? Okiru, okinai, and okimasu. Again, these are tenses. Okimasu is changing to okinai, and also okiru is a plain form. Okinai is the negation, right? You saw in the earlier example, Samui became Samukunai. Samukunai, right? So similarly, here Okiru became Okinai. So here earlier example, we had just removed the E adjective, this is an especially E adjective, and we added kunai at the end, right? But here in Okiru, we are removing the ru itself and added nai at the end, Okinai. Okay. For strong verbs, re becomes ra. For strong verbs, re becomes ra. So suvaru becomes suvaranai. Right. Re becomes ra. Yeah, so the must form, that's what I mean. The re became a ra over here, right? Suvari mas became suvaranai. That's what they mean over here with this re became ra. Okay, next coming to te form. It seems there's a song for the strong verbs to remember uh, what to add at the end of the verb. Right? There's apparently a song for that. I don't know the song, so I just learn. I'm just learning from these. Just remember these. So if it ends with u, tsu, or ru, you just add te at the end. That's what it basically means. This whole table to say a te form. So Hashiru, right? Uh, First you write the plain form. So you see it ends with ru. So it should become, just remove the ru and write Hashite. Just add tt at the end. Hashite. Similarly, no mu. Refer to the table. No mu, just remove mu and add nd, which is inde. So no mu becomes nonde. Next, ru taberu, saw here before, became tabete. So sorry, this separate till here, alright. This table is only for strong verbs. Only for strong verbs. First to see the verb and You use this table only if it's a strong verb. Because you see here, taberu has not changed into tt. It has become tabete. They haven't added an extra t here. So it does not apply for this. So remember that. Only if it's a strong verb, you remember this table and you add the appropriate ending at the end. Or you can refer to the song. I personally don't know the song, so I won't be using it. Okay, next, stem plus name of the form. Taberu plus nai. Delete true and add nai to say tabenai. This is a general rule of thumb. This is easy enough to know. Okay, next we have ta form, informal past. See, positive present is nomu, negative present is nomanai, positive past tense is nonda, negative past tense is nomanakatta. So similarly, mapping it to must form, nomimas, nomimashita, nomimasen, nomimasen deshita. So I would suggest taking any verb, alright, taking any verb and trying to write all the must forms first, and then try writing if it's a strong verb or weak verb, and then appropriately if it's a strong verb use this to write the te form, and if it's and also you have to try practicing the negation, how to use nai and nakata for the ta forms. So this is the table for that. Say it's a weak verb, taberu is a weak verb. If you want to say all the past tenses for it, taberu, tabenai, then tabemas, tabemasen, tabeta is a ta form again, tabenakatta is again the ta form. This is stands for positive and negation, right? And this is past tense. Tabemasta is past. Tabemasen deshta is also past tense. That's why it's past here. And masen obviously is negation. This is a weak verb. An example of weak verb. Strong verb. Nomu, nomanai, nomimas, and nomimasen. Nomu becomes nonda. Again, it's because of this table. Wait a minute. Nomu becomes nonda. Okay, yeah, this is for te form, not for the ta form. And that's why it's DA instead of DE here. So for writing the ta form, whatever you written for the te form, you just add the A at the ending, A sound. Right? So nonde becomes nonda here. That's what she meant. That's why she's written the ta form suddenly over here. After we have written the te form. Let's see here, nomo nonde. Nonde becoming nonda here. And the negative past is nomanakatta. Okay, what's next? Ototo wa restaurant de ramen o tabemashita. Ototo wa same no restaurant de ramen o tabeta. So ta form is used for friends and tabemashita is used for elders. Ta form is for friends. This is for elders. Kino wa atsukata desu. Kino is yesterday. It's the word for yesterday. Kino. Kino. Kyo is today. And Ashta is tomorrow. Ashita. Ashta is tomorrow. Kyo is today. Kino is yesterday. Kino wa atsukata desu. So you're saying something in the past, right? Yesterday. So you have to have the past tense. Past tense of atsui. Atsui. And the reason why I use uh, atsukata is because it's in the ta form. Because you're saying it for a friend. Atsukata desu. If you want to say it wasn't hot yesterday, you say atsukuna katta desu. Like atsu katta desu, atsukuna katta desu. Next, gakusei datta, gakusei deshita. So, datta to deshita. Informal to formal change here. Next, I will go to run at 5 a.m. tomorrow. Ashita gozen koji ni hashiri ni ikimasu. Don't see this. This is scratch shot part. So this is the Japanese translation of this. Gozen, as you know, is AM. Goji is, it reads 5. Koji ni, hashiri ni ikimasu. Ashita means tomorrow, as explained here. Next, I will go to eat ramen at the restaurant. Ramen o tabe ni ikimasu. Tabe ni ikimasu. Ni ikimasu is another sentence form. You can also say asobi ni ikimasu. Asobi ni. Asobi ni ikimasu. Or nomi ni ikimasu, I guess. Yeah. Okay, let's not complicate it. Ramen no tabe ni ikimasu means I'll go to eat ramen at the restaurant. This is not tabu, this is tabe ni. Tabe ni ikimasu. Alright, that's it. We have covered the whole thing. All the notes are covered here. I just save this and end the stream.